How goes it, everybody? How goes it? How goes it? Welcome aboard, Cardboard Sam. Yes, yes. We are in for a treat today. Let's get everything set up here. That's all. All right. All right. So, how's everybody doing? So today I have a treat. We are here in Innsbruck, and we'll be heading over to Wiener, Neustadt. It is 203 nautical miles. We'll climb out to about 12,000 and just hang out over the Alps all the way through and enjoy the scenery. We will be on SayIntentions today, and we are maxed out on settings minus shadows. I always keep my shadows down just because shadows really eat up things, and I don't really care too much for shadows. I mean, you still get shadows, it's just not, you don't even really pay attention to it. So outside of that, sliders are all the way out. We are 4096 by 2160 on all three screens, and we are no frame gen TAA. Now I have updated the system to DLSS4, and I've been tinkering with it for the last day or so, and the sim seems to be running pretty good, I must say. So DLSS4 is definitely a must-have for FS2020 and 24. I've been hearing a lot of improvements on performance. So if you don't have it now, supposedly it don't supposed to come out until later on this week. But if you head over to Islands and Pilots channel, he walks you through the step to go ahead and get everything set up early. So without further ado, let's get this thing cranked up. All right, so everything is off. Brakes are set. Let's get some power going here. And let's get some beacon and half going. We are on the fullest tank. Circuit breakers are all in. All right, let's get it cranked up. Good start. Get those lights off there. All right, so let's get some ATIS on 12603.
Arriving and departing runway 26, advise on course heading, altitude, and if basic information service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information Lima. Innsbruck Airport, information Lima. 2350 Zulu. Wind 265 at 9er. Visibility 6. Sky conditions, view at 4800 feet. Temperature 1. Dew point 0. QNH 1010. Density altitude 700 feet. Transition level 110. Arriving and departing runway 26, advise on course heading, altitude, and if basic information service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information Lima.
Alright, information Lima, runway 26. Okay, let's get to tower on 1201. 10,000 for starters. Innsbruck Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is at Hangar South 4, looking to pick up flight following to Wiener Neustadt Ost at 12,000.
Bonanza 424 Romeo. Papa, Innsbruck Tower on departure, maintain VFR at or below 12,000 feet. Departure on 128.975 squawk 6526.
On departure, maintain VFR at or below 12,000. Departure on 128.975 squawk 6526. Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa.
Winds calm, clear for takeoff, runway 26, wing 7 Papa Foxtrot.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, read back correct.
Hey, how's it going? How do I pronounce your name? Dio? I hope. Don't harm me too much. Jose, how's it going, my man? Thank you, thank you. Let's go ahead and get departure on 128.975. Get you loaded in. I guess I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Let's get some air going on in here. Okay. Alright, everything is looking good. Let's get this bugged into 12,000. Help me out, man. How do I pronounce that? Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Alright, 12,000 is bugged. Alright. So we should be good to go. Innsbruck ground, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's ready to taxi. It's actually tower. Hey Nate, how's it going?
Romeo Papa, on departure, maintain VFR at or below 12,000 feet. Departure on 128.975 squawk 6526.
I already got that. Confirm, Innsbruck Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's ready to taxi. Hey fly girl. It's like they with a D without the H.
Bonanza
Day.
4 Romeo Papa.
Gotcha.
On departure, maintain VFR at or below 12,000 feet. Departure
does it
on
keep saying that? That's weird.
128.975 squawk 6526.
On departure, maintain VFR at or below 12,000. Departure on 128.975 squawk 6526. And Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is ready to taxi to a runway 26. Hey, I appreciate the love and support, Day.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. On departure, maintain VFR at or
I don't know
below
why it keeps
12,000
repeating.
feet. Departure on 128.975 squawk 6526.
Call 7 Papa Bravo. You'll stay with me for departure.
Stay with you for departure, C7 Papa Bravo.
That's
Call 7 Papa Bravo.
all right.
Roger,
So
remain on the
we're
freeway
just gonna
for
go ahead and
departure.
taxi like Day said, cause I'm gonna be here all night playing with her. I'm pretty sure I was pretty accurate on what I was trying to tell her. Let's go ahead and get her trimmed out here. Trim is set. Check surfaces real quick. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and taxi to runway 26. Brake check. Brakes are good. Yo, Jack, what's up, my man? Good to see you. go ahead and get that over to GPS there. Right now, I don't know yet, Jack. I've been trying to figure out what my next tour is going to be. I actually might turn this into a tour on this side. I've been doing a lot of digging around through FlightSim.2 and just kind of seeing what new sceneries I could add. And they got a lot going on over here. So I've been looking through some flight plans that some people have already loaded in. So I'm gonna do some more digging around on those. I really would like to get an island tour in, you know, like tour the Caribbeans, but I need to do a little bit more digging on that to really set that up. Norin, how goes it? Hey, don't come in here with all that yip yap now. Please don't come in here with the yip yap. Yes, Day, I'm in the States. So as I said, just coming in, I am running with, I've downloaded the new DLSS 4, and the sim is running as good as it's going to get, I think, for now. Alright, Jack, I'll keep that in mind. I might go ahead and put that in for the next tour, but I would like to play around over here in the European area some more. So we'll see how it goes. Uh-oh. There you go, Day. That's what I'm talking about. I don't like neither one of the teams, but I definitely don't want to see the Eagles win.
Police November, you're leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Don't feel bad, Nate. I'm a broken-hearted Carolina fan, so. Innsbruck Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's holding short, runway 26, ready for departure. Hopefully she'll give me clearance, since she didn't understand me last time.
Bonanza for Romeo Papa, runway 26, winds 260 at 14, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 26, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Alright, brakes are released. Lights is on. Let's get some altitude reporting going. We are good there. And last ride, brakes are released. We are on the fullest tank. We are clear down the runway. And we are clear final. Man, it is gorgeous, man. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Alright, let's get her lined up here. Alright, landing lights are on. Center line, let's ride. Power is set. Airspeed is alive. There's 70. Rotate. Positive rate. Gears coming up. Lights are out. Speed checks, flaps are coming up. Let's trim her out a little bit better than that. Man, it's nice out here.
Terrain ahead.
Man,
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Stop. I might want to hear that. Alright, let's switch over to departure. ahead and roll on out. Departure Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is 3,400 for 12,000.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Innsbruck radar identified.
I am not a pilot today. I would love to be one day. But I use my sim for fun, of course, but also to train in a sense, so that when that day do come, you know, I'll have a better grasp of how this all works, and hopefully don't spend so much money on training because I would already be ahead of the curve, if that makes sense. Hey Ben, how's it going? Yeah, it's nice out here, man. Like, those caps are just gorgeous. Now, I downloaded, there's two different sceneries. I downloaded the airport scenery for Innsbruck, and I downloaded Innsbruck, like a city scenery. So I kind of got it doubled down here in Innsbruck, and then where we're headed, I downloaded a scenery package there as well. So we are in for some fun here. So I normally go live every night at 10. If anything changes, I just started back going live. I was down for about 3 weeks to a month. I did a whole sim annual, I guess you can say, where I pretty much dismantled the sim. I did upgrades, did some rewiring, took away, added this, good, you know, all that good stuff, like in the real world. So normally I stream every night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, if you hit that notification and make sure you hit the bell to where it says all, when I load up to let you know when I'm going live, you'll get the notification, so you'll know when I'm going. But like I said, 9 times out of 10 it's every night. If anything changes, I normally try to let people know in the Discord. If you haven't got over there yet, just click on the link and get yourself set up in the Discord. I have FS2024 loaded. I just can't do nothing with it at the moment, because the Air Manager app that I run on my iPads, they aren't ready to go yet. I've been keeping up with Sim Innovations, and right now they're working on the desktop version. So once they're done with that, they'll move over to the app version. And so until then, I'll be FS2020.
November 5-1 Papa, contact Milan radar on 124.25.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's holding me back from Flight Sim 2024 is Air Manager. Everything else works. No day, I do not do DCS. Let me get her trimmed out or leaned out here a little bit. Cowl flaps are now closed. $125, $126. Peaked out at 126. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and go altitude. 12. We'll climb out about 700 feet a minute, and we are on nav. All right, cool. Everything is looking good. A little windy up here. I just started using a tablet to pop out screens. Haven't had a chance to get the G3000 dialed in. So are you using pop out manager, Ben, for that? No, Day, I haven't tried DCS. Well, I mean, not the new one, I guess you can say. The last time I touched DCS was years ago. I just kind of keep it good over here. Pretty much just flight sim. I appreciate that, Cass, man. Got FS2020 re-downloaded. Yeah, I was sitting here watching y'all over there in Discord. I'm like, man, everybody's chilling at 2024, and I'm over here in 2020 just holding it down, the fort. But it's all good. SpaceDesk, okay. Now, as far as I know, you use SpaceDesk to bring the panels over. Well, I guess that doesn't really matter now. Do you have touch functions with that? You should, I guess. Yeah, Day, I'm pretty much aircraft specific. I fly the Bonanza VTL. My whole sim is pretty much built around it. Yeah, man. Well, if you got 2020 downloaded, Cass, let me know. I'll be ready to rock and roll with you. I think I'm pretty much where I need to be for everything. So, yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. When I saw that you said that you had got rid of 2020, I said, well, I guess you're just gonna have to hold out until I get over there to 24. Okay, Ben. Yeah, if in fact, cause it's been a while since I've done that side, in a sense. So if you do not have touch functions with just SpaceDesk alone, with the pop-out panels, you're gonna have to download a program called MSFS pop-out panel, pretty much. And what that does is allows you to pop out the panels and have touch functions. And then the cool thing about that is it'll actually save your positions, so you don't have to keep repositioning the panels every time you open up Flight Sim. Yeah, like I said, Ben, and you know, to be honest with you, 2020, especially now with DLSS4, like if you look at this, okay, so let me break it back down, cause a lot of people wasn't in the chat when I first started it up. So with DLSS4, I'm now able to run, well, I've been running, but if you look at just how smooth the screens are moving, I'm running 4096 by 2160 on all three screens. So I'm 4K on all three. I'm running no frame gen. I'm running TAA. I'm running full sliders, ultra settings. The only things that scale back are shades, or not shade, but shadows. I scale back shadows. And this thing is running. It has never ran this smooth, ever. So DLSS4 is a must-have, and it goes for 2024. I've been, like I said, I'm constantly in the forums and stuff like that, and everybody's saying that they're getting way better performance in 2024 as well. So technically, it's not official until this, I think, Friday. But if you want to get it early, head over to Island Sim Pilot. And he dropped a video. He dropped a couple of them, but if you look at his most recent, he'll walk you step by step on how to get DLSS set up, as well as FrameGen if you use it. Now, I've tried using FrameGen, and it works better with DLSS4, but I feel like my performance I still get some ghosting, and it's just really not my thing. So we keep it G over here. Yo, Bunny, what it do, my man? If I could, I'm going to try and come on live for 20 minutes. Okay, that's what's up, Day. Yeah, Ben, keep that up, man. It's definitely a program. I used to use that in the beginning when I had problems with pop-out panels and couldn't use no touch function. All right, man. You have a good one, man. Hey, I appreciate the support and appreciate you popping in and hanging out for a few minutes, man. I'll catch you on the next one, Dave. Later, dude. I have ghosts on my digital screens when I adjust the altitudes, and I don't know how to fix it. It's not the screen refresh rate. Are you running FrameGen? Oh, Ben, let me tell you something. It is working like a champ. It feels so much better in here. And to think all I had to do was open that hole up some more. In my mind, I was thinking because how the fans were set up, even though the hole was open, I thought that it would be enough to pull air. No. As soon as I opened the hole all the way up past the fans, man, it's just sucking air in. So I don't even have to add no more. It's just enough to keep it nice and cool in here. Not running FrameGen. Wait, are you on your are you talking? Wait a second, hold on. Got my brain freezing for a second. So when you say digital screens, are you talking as far as like on your PFD and MFD where you're changing like the altitude and those numbers? Is that what you're talking about? So Island Sim Pilot was talking about that, and if I remember correctly, he said with the DLSS4, he said it pretty much took that out. And what he did was he went through different settings. So he went with like DLAA, he went with DLSS, performance, quality, TAA, FrameGen on, FrameGen off. So yeah, head over to, let me see, I'll put it in the chat real quick. If you head over to his channel, yeah, I'm always on his channel because he's always keeping us updated on the new drivers and, you know, all the new versions of things to keep the flight sim running smooth. Great guy, man. I actually flew with him for a few minutes a couple days ago. I was just messing around and I saw a herd of GA aircraft island hopping, and I noticed that he was the lead pack. So I went over to his channel and saw that he was live, so I went in and flew over there for just a couple minutes just to say what's up, show him some love. But yeah, man, this guy has tons of knowledge. I don't know how he does it, but he keeps everything up to date. So head over there and he'll
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa Innsbruck radar, contact Wien info on 124.4.
Switching to 124.4 Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, good day. Wing info, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's level at flight level 120.
Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, Wien info, and Encode.
What? Oh man, I'm trying to figure out what that dude just said. Dude talked. He said 4,000 words in 2 seconds. Yeah, man. Hey, you know, for the winter time, I would definitely say do some hopping around in the Alps over here in the European area. It's just gorgeous scenery out here, man, and there are so many little spots to kind of jump in and out of. Ghosting seems like an FPS issue. Yeah, I mean, every system is different, Bunny. I've never had. Well, I don't have virtual cockpit anyway, so I can't really speak on that. I just know I get a lot of ghosting when I do frame gen. Now it's gotten a lot better with DLSS4, and I'm gonna play around with it some more. But it just seems that I get better motion across all three when it's off. When I turn frame gen on, the front and the left screen, they seem to do pretty good, but this right one just seems to struggle, and I don't know if it's just because it's not a 4090, and I feel like if I had a 4090 or big, like the 4080 Super, it is handling the business. I gotta give it to it, because at one point I'm just like, I wasted my money on this thing. I should have just saved up a little bit more and got the 4090, you know.
FJA identified 12 miles.
But I must say that this thing is doing it. But I feel like
your destination aerodrome.
with frame gen, I think to really get this thing locked in, I would need at least a 4090. So, but when I turn frame gen off, it just runs good, man. It just runs amazing.
7 miles east of Innsbruck aerodrome at 5,600 feet.
But like I said, Island Sim Pilot, he talks and shows about that DLSS4. I know I done said it a million times, but it's a game changer for us flight simmers. Speedy, what's up, my man? How you doing tonight? We out here hanging out in the Alps tonight. That's what's up, man. So we are 157 nautical miles. We got about 49 minutes of flight time left. We got a ground speed of 190 with a 30 knot tailwind, y'all. We're smoking. But what's crazy is right now we're indicating 136. True airspeed is 168. Would I ever consider flying without photogrammetry? Never. I've tried it. It don't work for me. Now, I've tried it in different ways before. I've tried it without photogrammetry, and to me, the level of detail is just not there for me. But then on the flip side, I can't see myself flying without the map enhancement mod either. I've even tried using it without the map enhancement, and I'm like, well, let me just go back to just strictly Flight Sim 2020, and I just don't get the graphics that the map enhancement with photogrammetry on top of does. Is
Cherokee November 9er Alpha Zulu QNH 10.
It's just so much better.
Say your intentions.
Wow, you fly without photogrammetry?
We are heading to Innsbruck aerodrome. Cherokee November 09 and 9 Alpha Zulu.
Cherokee November 9er Alpha Zulu, roger.
Wiener Center, Cherokee November 09 and 9 Alpha Zulu. Request flight following.
Is my live it look like my live is kind of lagging. Somebody let me know if my live is delayed. It look like it is from here. I gotta work on that. It's gonna be a little buggy and little things until I get everything back together. Yeah, I would. So then why would you ask me that crazy question? Oh man. Yeah, there's no way I can't live without it. It just can't do it. You can't tell. All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna leave things as is until anybody lets me know that the live is funny. We gonna keep the settings as such. Yeah, Bunny, you should go back and try the map enhancement, man. It's Bunny flies with keyboard and mouse. Hey, Bunny got a crazy setup. Don't sleep on him now. Yeah, the map enhancement mod is crazy, Bunny. It makes the world look so much more real than just flying, you know, out the box with the default, you know. And even if you were to add like custom sceneries into the default flight sim, it still doesn't do better than map enhancement. Like the colors are a lot more real. Like I feel like out the box the colors are too gamey for me. And I think that's what bothers me the most. Like the colors are just too you know, too vivid, you know. Like dial them greens. Why the green so green? I know grass is green, but it ain't that green. Oh, and another thing that I did, I'm gonna have to redo it, but it works for now. So I ended up redoing my 6-pack panel. Well, I didn't redo it, I just cleaned it up because it was looking horrible. I've been hitting American Truck Sim, sent me down a rabbit hole of all those crazy sim setups. Oh man, you know, I had thought about it. I'm like, I can't add another. Let me add another thing to this room. This is gonna be where I sleep from now on. But I think I see an American Truck Sim in my future. Not anytime soon, but definitely in my future. Like I said, I drove trucks for 8 years, so I do miss that stick time, you feel me? But I get it though. Like I got a couple guys who, you know, we started flying together last year, and then they got the DCS bug, and they've been rocking over there ever since. But we definitely keep in touch, and I mean, eventually we'll all meet up again and do some flying in the sim skies. But I get it, man. Everybody get that bug, and it just it's bad. Now I know if you really want to do some trucking or really talk about the ATS, talk to Cass. Cass, Cass Troy, let me say it that way. He was early. I don't know if he might still be in the chat. I don't know. But he's real big into ATS too. We are doing.
44 Romeo Papa. Wien info. Please squawk 4453 and ident.
What? What do you say? 4443? Could you repeat for Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa?
Bonanza for Romeo Papa. Squawk 4453 and ident.
Squawk 4453 and ident. Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Hey, why are you talking so fast? I normally do that, Speedy, but because I have so many different add-ons right now on this flight, I disabled it. But I normally run LOD on in most of my flights.
Squawking 4453 and ident Vision Jet absolute.
Vision Jet, contact Salzburg Tower on 118.1.
Contacting Salzburg Tower on 118.1 Vision Jet absolute.
Why did you just tell me to squawk 4453?
Good morning, Salzburg Info. Vision Jet absolute currently descending.
Yeah, when I said repeat, Bunny, it sounded like he slowed it down. Squawking 4453, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa.
Bonanza for Romeo Papa. Roger. Squawking 4453 acknowledged. Maintain current heading and altitude.
Maintain current heading and altitude. Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Oh. Get my heading bug over there before I mess around and get to turn around. Now, one thing that let me add to it, Bunny, in the map enhancement mod. All right, Speedy, cool. They've now added. There's 3 different functions for the LOD and map enhancement. So you can do a high LOD, which is just constantly running from the time you start up until you stop. Then they have one where the high LOD only kicks in once you start flying. Then you have another one where you can set the altitude. So let's say the high level of detail doesn't kick in until you're below, let's say, 5,000 feet. So anything above 5,000, the LOD is not running. Everything below it is running. So they've come a long way with it, man. And especially with the new updated Bing maps. Oh, man. Because when I first started flying with the map enhancement mod, I went straight to Google Maps because I thought that was better. Because the Bing maps at that time was garbage to me. But then they updated it to the new maps. Haven't turned back. So I would check it out again. I was trying to stream yesterday, and then I ran into a problem. So after I did the DLSS4 upgrade, I was flying around. I'm like, all right, everything seems to be checking out pretty good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stream tonight. I started having problems with my the software that I use to be able to run all 3 GoPros. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll just uninstall that and then reinstall it. So I uninstalled it. Then when I went to go back to reinstall it, I forgot that it was a payware that was sent via email. So I said, okay, I'll just go back to my email real quick and reload, re-download the the program. So I go into the email, try to download it, and it says the download link expires 24 hours after purchase. So, so I was like, oh, this ain't cool. So I had to do a rollback on Windows just so that I can get the program back into the PC. So I did that, got the program back up and running. I'm like, all right, cool. Then I went over to oh yeah, Ben, none of these are brand new. Well, one of them is, but I bought that one for my business, so I use it for this and business. But the other 2, I bought those used. One of them I got for like 70. The other one I got for, I think, 100, somewhere around there. Now, if you want to run, and that was the hardest thing, because way back in my previous videos, I was running 1 GoPro and then I was running 2 regular Logitech webcams, and I could never get the lighting right inside the sim. It was either too dark in the sim but you can see the screens, or the light was okay in the sim but the screens were washed out. And so it was always a back and forth, and it was driving me crazy. So when I pulled the GoPro in, I'm like, well, the GoPro gives out perfect lighting. It's like pretty much just raw footage, like no extra lighting. I don't have to do any funny filters, anything like that. So then when I went to try to run it with OBS only allows you to run 1 GoPro with their software. So I got to hunting and I found this company. I'm pretty sure it's out of Germany. But it's called Webcam Tools, and I think it's like 17 euros, so it's like 20 bucks, 18 to 20 bucks, something like that, with the conversion rate. And what it does is it allows you to run multiple GoPros, or if you're running DLSRs or anything like that, as virtual webcams for OBS. Now they have 2 different versions. So you have one, I think you're allowed to run up to like 4, and then you have the other side where you can run like, I don't know, 16 or something, 16 to 32 different cameras, which don't need nothing like that. So so like I said, it allows OBS to run them as virtuals. And so once I figured that out, I was on the hunt for 2 more GoPros. Now I got those off of Marketplace. I don't need them for nothing else. They're pretty much permanently for the sim only. This one comes out every once in a while, which I haven't really messed with that because I've kind of gone back to my phone. It just makes life easier. So that's how that works with the GoPros. No space for any time. I need a new. Well, how much? How much are NVMEs now? I'm trying to think. What you could get if you get a Samsung. You get a, well, if you go Samsung 990, I think at least 1 terabyte is already pushing you pretty much up there. What's that other company? Best Buy sells it. Matter of fact, Western Digital. But Western Digital actually has 2 different ones. You have like the base model Western Digital, and then they got like a Western Digital Pro or something like that. They're black. I know that for sure. They're black with like gold lettering. Those are pretty decently priced. And I want to say that I think I have one of those. I know my black. Okay. I knew it was something. Makes sense. Black. I want to say for my Windows boot up, I think I'm running a black. For Flight Sim, I'm running the Samsung 990. I got one more slot available, and I want to. I'm probably going to end up adding that sometime in the future for all of the background programs and add-ons and things of that nature. Because right now, my extra drives outside of those 2 are just regular SD cards. I really didn't feel like doing drive swaps. They were already loaded up there, so I just kept them. But maybe if I end up loading the rest of that stuff onto another NVMe, it might just help me a little bit more. We'll see. It's doing all right, Speedy. I'm still messing with the settings. I had messed around and changed one of the numbers, and that joker took off. And I thought it about broke my my potentiometer. So I was like, nah, let me go back to my other setting. So what I'll probably end up doing is, sometime this week, I might just go ahead and reach out to some of the guys over in the mobiflight Discord and just kind of give them my setup and let them know what I'm working with and see if they can kind of dial in. Because some guys, man, they just when it comes to like the variables and the numbers, and I know the basic functions of it, but these guys are gurus with this stuff. So I try my best to study and learn, and, you know what I'm saying, figure it out on my own first, so that way when I go in, I'm giving them something. I don't ever want to be the guy that's like, hey, I have this project, fix it for me. You know. So I'll probably reach out to them this week and see if they can kind of help me out with the numbers. Now the original numbers that I did in the video, that's kind of like the best spot right now, but I know that I know it can be tweaked better. So that's what I'm looking for, because those numbers that I actually gave are numbers that a guy is using for his A320. But what's crazy is, and I want to say that he's probably using the same potentiometer that I'm running, because he said that his turns the same, but it doesn't. But it does. It's weird. So I know with my potentiometer, my trim wheel, and I actually marked my trim wheel where my 0 mark was. So every time I turn it, I can know how many turns. And I want to say I get about 4, just over 4 3/4 turns on my trim wheel, from full up to full down. So then it's just a matter of taking that number to you know, how many steps of the motor you want to the speed. Yeah, it's a science to it. And I tried to work the numbers and do it myself, and I ended up almost losing my trim wheel. My trim wheel almost took the plane off the ground. So more to follow on it, but she is working for the time being.
India, heading to the west and climbing to the flight level
now
200.
Here is something that I've been pondering on since I made the trim wheel, right? Money, you know what's crazy? I was actually printing out some labels the other night, and they came out the wrong size, so I gotta but I don't, it wasn't hey Jimmy, what's up, my man? It wasn't a label maker. I was just printing some out on regular white paper, and I was just gonna do, you know, how I do it, and just load some stuff in, you know, kind of play stuff, because, you know, the more and more I look at, and the panel looks amazing, don't get me wrong, but I would like to start adding, you know, something up here. It looks, especially on this side over here, looks a little naked. And something that I want to add, I gotta get, if you notice, this is actually sagging a little bit. I didn't notice until after the fact, but now that I noticed that this is sagging, I need to brace this up a little bit more, because I want to get a annunciator panel right here above the 6-pack. I need to add that. I'm missing that. So, but that right there, I don't know. It'll come when it comes. I did, however, I took the plastic cup bezels out. Like I said, when I redid this 6-pack panel, I rewrapped it, cleaned it up and rewrapped it. I printed out some fresh bezels. I might end up redoing it and just adding a lip, because they kind of look funny to me. Gorilla tape and some MFD board. Hey Jimmy, you know how I do. Well, here's the thing. I have, so you know those the shelf brackets, like the L brackets that you put on the walls to put shelves on. That's what's actually bracing these. That's what's actually bracing this behind it. So all I really need to do is just tap in and put one bolt on each side with a nut on the other side, and that ain't going nowhere. That'll pretty much set that in place forever. They sell clear labels with colored labeling or colored lettering.
Leaving your frequency to contact Moscow Charlie Hotel.
Yeah, I gotta get into that. I want to get into.
Oscar Charlie Hotel.
But see, honestly,
good day.
I do things different over here. Like my brain be on some other stuff. Like there are certain things that's just kind of like that doesn't have to be perfect. But then there's other things I'm like, I kind of want that to be kind of a little bit more realistic. So I was looking around and I was thinking about maybe buying a fresh set of stickers for a Bonanza. Like there's companies that actually sell like fresh placards and like stickers. And I was thinking about maybe just spending the money, and it's somewhat inexpensive, you know, in a sense, just so I can start adding some labels around here. So, I don't know. We'll see. More to follow on that. But getting back to, cause Speedy was asking me about the trim wheel, the motorized trim wheel. Like I said, it's doing this thing right now, but I want to get it down to exactly. Now here's one thing that I have noticed in mobiflight settings, right? When you go into the mobiflight modules to actually, you know, set up whatever button or potentiometer or whatever, and you have the sensitivity. Now the stock or the default sensitivity is like 5. Now when you match that with a precision potentiometer, you're going to get these 5-step increments in your trim, and it's irritating. So you got to bring the sensitivity all the way down to 1, so that way it's literally just reading one smooth motion. Now the problem with that is, well, it's not a problem, it's just a problem on my side as far as getting the numbers dialed in. So what happens sometimes is if mobiflight is reading the trim values and the trim values are really jumping because of winds or something like that, depending on how bad it is, the motor and it's trying to catch up. So then what'll happen is the aircraft will start like jumping like this because it's trying to catch up and it's trying to find this even point, and it won't. So then the trim wheel is just going haywire and the plane is doing this. So it's a little irritating with that. But like I said, once I get the trim wheel dialed in to a T, I think that'll take that out. But here's my next project for myself. Y'all know I can't leave stuff alone. I'm always trying to go over the top. So here's what I'm thinking. Y'all vibe with me on this now, y'all. Vibe with me, my family. Now that I have the gist right of knowing how to motorize the trim wheel so that it functions as autopilot, like, so it moves with the autopilot, and then I can manually turn it when I'm flying. I've been doing some brainstorming. I'm like, well, if I can do that, I'm pretty sure it's possible. Now, it's not going to be to the T, but it's going to give the effect. And for now, I'm cool with the immersion than the real thing, because the real thing costs a lot of money. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of getting 2 more of the NEMA 17 motors, and eventually on some more downtime type stuff, when I ain't got a whole lot going on, get my measurements and get things set up. And what I want to do is turn the alpha yoke into a force feedback yoke, but it's not force feedback. In other words, when I'm hand flying it, I can fly it as is, just the way it's set up. But when I put it on autopilot, the yoke will actually, it will move according to the plane itself, if that makes sense. So, what y'all think about that? Because like I said, I do want force feedback in the sim, but it's gonna take some time to get to that point, because I'm gonna want the yoke and I'm gonna want the rudder pedals at the same time. So that is my next project for myself. And what I like about the alpha yoke is the way they have the railing set up. Now, I took the cover off of mine just because I needed the space for the front TV to sit on top of. It's literally right on top. I mean, it's just with half an inch beneath the bottom of the TV. Hey, Sess, how's it going? Let's see. Actually, that is what I did. I put a piece of MDF on the flat part, then on the top, a piece of exercise mat. You can buy a whole mat for $1 at the thrift store, then wrap it in Gorilla. Ah, okay. I'm tracking with you, Jimmy. Okay. I might have to use that. Appreciate that one, Jimmy. Yeah, Ben, I think it'll be a cool thing. And like I said, it's not the real deal right now, but at least it will suffice. You know? My biggest thing is, like I said, is immersion. As long as the realism in my eyes can see and sense and feel that I'm actually engulfed in a real aircraft, even though I know it's a sim, then my brain is happy. Therefore, I'm happy.
Oscar Charlie Hotel, currently 2,000 feet.
I'm running out of hydrated fluid. All right, Ben. Seen a bit.
Lynn's Horshing approach on 125.685. Oscar Charlie Hotel, say destination.
I think it will work. Like I said, I mean, it's not going to be a real force feedback. And who knows, maybe I can turn it into a force feedback. Maybe, I don't know, but NEMA 17 motors aren't meant for that type of torque. As far as being able to yank and bank, I would definitely need bigger motors for that. But at least, like I said, what, couple bucks, I would say maybe. How much? I can't remember how much those. The motor wasn't that expensive, so buy 2 more motors, and I'm pretty sure I could tap into this driver, this motor driver. If not, just buy another one for those 2. I don't know. I might have to buy one for each though, because they're gonna have to be able to read their own. Yeah. So I have to buy 2 motors, 2 motor drivers, and then it's just a matter of getting it set so that I would have to take the bungees off of the Alpha so that the motors can actually pull them. So then I would need 2 more well, no, I could use the potentiometer that's already on the Alpha, and then create. Yeah, it's in my head. More to follow on that. It's gonna take a little bit of time. What time is arrival? We are 50 miles out, 16 minutes to go. Fly girl. Dropping in and out peoples as tweaking the sim today. Software side. That's what's up. Hey, I hope you get into DLSS 4, Sess. Game changer. 2020 and 2024, just to let you know. You gotta get it. Oh yeah, and Sess, just to let you know, we still rocking. Current temperature is at -5 degrees Celsius outside. Hey Jimmy, we doing pretty good, man. I'm leaned out at 13. Got a 24 knot tailwind. Doing 187 on the ground. Yeah, not too bad. I peaked out at I think it was 118, I think. I peaked out. Hey, Sess. So, to make everything run smoothly, go over to Island Sim Pilot. Go over to his channel. He walks you through the whole thing from start to finish to make DLSS 4 work, because there are some things that you're going to have to do to make it work correctly. And if you don't do it correctly,
Oscar Charlie Hotel, I show you're squawking 7,000.
oh no, that is fine. You still should be able to run the DL. Well, do you have the DLSS mod, right? To be able to run DLSS with the 3090, because that's been out. I was running that with the 2080 Super. I'm flying for real on Tuesday to Palm Springs. Oh man, I know you're excited. Man, don't forget to send me those pictures, man. I would like to see her. That and the new in the interior as well.
For Romeo Papa. Contact Wien info on 118.52. Type transponder 7000. Have a good morning.
Switching to 118.52, squawking 7000, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Good day. Thank you. Squawk 7000. Wing info, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is level at 12,000. Yeah, squad codes are different over here. I want to say
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, VN info, Roger. Maintain flight level 120.
maintain flight level 120, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. I want to say, if I remember correctly, 7,000 is VFR over here, and of course, you know, 1,200 is US. Well, what's weird is he gave me a different squad code halfway through the flight. I don't know. Hey, I don't ask questions. I just do. I really need to start descending, honestly. Yes, run DLSS. Okay. Yeah. So just go over to back to USS. I apologize. Head over to Island Sim Pilot. His most recent video concerning DLSS 4. He walks you through the steps. Just follow it step by step. You won't have any problems. Well, so when I fly with SayIntentions, I always fly with flight following. So they normally give me a squawk so they can keep me on radar. Now 7,000 I want to say is VFR in a sense over here versus the 1,200. Wing info, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa would like to descend if possible.
Bonanza for Romeo Papa. Descend altitude 2,000 feet.
Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa would like to descend at 6,000. He's gonna give it to me. Later, Sass.
Bonanza for Romeo Papa. Descend altitude 6,000 feet.
Down to 6,000, Bonanza 4, Romeo Papa, thank you. Start bringing her down, y'all. All right. So let's get weather down here at Wiener, Neustadt Ost. Winds are 130 at 10. Visibility, we are good. Temperature is 5, 2.3. Humidity 87%. Altimeter 1007. Okay. You got that bugged. And let's go.
Skyline 3 for Delta, Roger. Continue climb and maintain flight level 350.
So we will land.
Correction, we are on flight level 3000. Flight level 3000.
We'll land runway
Skyline
27.
Roger, maintain flight level 3000.
Hey, Alan, how's it going? How you doing tonight?
Skyline 034.
Just turning final at the top of the mid state.
Running light.
Don't think I've ever flown up here before. Oh, I bet you it's nice up there. Getting a little bumpy up here. Okay. Sounds good, Alan. Sounds good. Glad to see you. Wing info, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is 20 miles west of the field. Inbound runway 27 full stop. This is 2020, Alan.
Bonanza for Romeo Papa. Runway 27 is not available. Expect runway 34 center for landing. Report when you have the airfield in sight.
He's trying to put me on the wrong. I'm not. Wing info, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is inbound Lima Oscar Alpha November, runway 27 full stop. I think he's trying to land me over across the street at west. I don't want west.
Bonanza for Romeo Papa. Runway 27 is available for landing.
Thank you.
Report when you have the airfield in sight.
We'll go Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Stop playing with me. I know where I'm going. I have 2-4 Allen. I'm just waiting on Air Manager app to swap over. That's the only thing holding me back from 2-4. Everything else in the sim is connected to 24. Air Manager app. It's gonna take a while. They're still working on the desktop version of Air Manager, so I'm last in line pretty much. I played with it a couple times. It looks promising, and I'm kind of glad that it's taking time for Air Manager because that gives Flight Sim 24 enough time to kind of work out some of the kinks. I know they just did a major update, what, this weekend or Friday or something like that. All right, let's bring it on down to, let's see, elevation is 800, I want to say, if I remember correctly. Info, field elevation is 900, so we'll go 1900. Go ahead and slow her up. Yeah, you would think, Alan, but well, I don't think they could anyway because 2024 is a complete rebuild. You know, 2020 is really running off of FSX, old technology, old information, and with some chocolate and some whipped cream with a cherry on top. 2024 was pretty much built from the ground up, so I guess in a sense it kind of makes sense for stuff not to be just an easy swap over. They're running different logic. Alright, so we are looking for the field here. Ugh. It's bumpiness. Alright, autopilot is coming off. We can go ahead and hand fly this thing the rest of the way down. Yeah, they should have out. But you know, with anything, You know, it's kind of one of those things, you know. Now, what I find crazy is how it was easy for a lot of third party to swap over, but then Air Manager that's another monster in itself too. But like I said, it's all good. I mean, I got 2020 locked down and it's looking solid, so I'm really in no rush to get over to 2020, to be honest. I mean 2024, to be honest with you. I need to come way down. I should have started my descent a little earlier, but that's okay though. We'll just do a long downwind. Alright, we are on the fullest tank. Wing info, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa has the field. Appreciate it, Alan.
Bonanza for Romeo Papa, runway 27 is available for landing. Report when you have the airfield in sight.
Airfield is in sight, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa.
Bonanza for Romeo Papa, contact Wiener Neustadt, West Tower on 123.25 for landing clearance.
Switching to 12325, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, good day. Green Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is left downwind, runway 27, full stop. Yeah, Seth was in here just a little while ago, Al.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, Wiener Neustadt, West Tower, runway 27 is not available. You're cleared to enter left downwind for runway 18 left. Winds 220 at 13, runway 18 left, cleared to land.
There's two different airports. Okay, let me rephrase that. Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is left downwind for Lima Oscar Alpha November, runway 27, full stop. Alright, speed. Let's get the speed down a little bit. Alright, props coming in. Speed checks, gears coming down. Taxi and landing lights are coming on. Temps are good. Prop and PDOTs is coming off. Defrost is off. Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. It's turning turning base for runway 27 at Lima Oscar Alpha November. There's the field. Wing Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's turning final, runway 27. You don't have to give me clearance. I'm gonna land anyway. Speed checks. First notch of flaps coming in. Gear is down. Taxi and runway lights are on. We are a little low. Then again. Oh, Ben. Put a little bit more power in there, bye.
Coyote, 233,
There we go.
welcome to Wiener Neustadt West. Taxi to parking at your discretion and monitor this frequency.
Taxi to parking on my discretion and monitor tower. Coyote 233.
Yeah, we're landing. Next stop, Next notch flaps is coming in. Let's get her slowed up.
500.
We are high now. Oh. Now this place right here that we're landing is actually home of the Diamond DAs. I think this is where they actually are this is where they get made at here. Yeah, Alan, I do flight following, but sometimes Say Intentions be getting confused with some stuff. Little low, but it's all right. Oh, bounce. I'll take the bounce. Is that a helicopter? That's a helicopter. Oh, no, it ain't. That's a Cessna. Look like a helicopter at first. You don't see me on the runway? No? No, you're just gonna come right through me, huh? Fine. You can have that side. I'll take this side. Jerk. Oh man. All right. This is nice here. Very nice, very nice.
Bonanza for Romeo Papa, welcome to Wiener Neustadt West. Taxi to General Aviation parking via Hotel Alpha Stay with me.
Taxi to General Aviation parking via Alpha Stay with you. Bonanza for Romeo Papa, thank you. Alright, there we go. Mixture and prop is in. Flaps are up. Landing light is off. Now I'm gonna go taxi where I want to taxi. That was you? That was you, Sess? Really? It actually showed me parking over there. Oh, okay, I was about to say, I'm like, that's... How did you break into my sim? Because I don't even think I have multiplayer on right now. But that will be you, though, in real life. Just taking down the wrong runway. Alright, we just gonna come around here. Little jittery, but like I said, I got a lot going on here. It's not too bad though. Now, look at the peoples having their morning coffee, watching the planes come and go. All right, there we go. All right, avionics is off. Lights are coming off. Mixture coming out. Fuel is off, lights are off, and there we go. Well, there we go, guys. First full flight since the annual, and I think it went very, very well. Y'all let me know. Did y'all like that? Where y'all want to see me fly next? I'll probably be flying tomorrow night. So, I don't know. I might hang around over here in Europe a little bit more. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put my Caribbean island tour together this week, so that we can get started on that next week. So I'll just be kind of hopping around here and there this week, do stuff. All right, Sess. Appreciate you, man. See you on the next one. Had to see if I fly me to Salem to get that plane. Got to check out for the avionics and the mechanic that did the annual, then flew back to Pineville. Plane is loaded and ready for Tuesday. I will use the GoPro for the flight. Yes, I gotta see that. I promise you, I'll be waiting for that video there, Jimmy. Australia. I can do Australia. Got a couple guys. Let me see who's all over there. Seth, he's in Australia. Who else is in Australia? Is Glenn? Is Glenn in Australia? There's a couple of them. I can't remember exactly. Oh, I know I will, Jimmy. You know a place that I haven't flown yet? Well, actually, you know what? I've been trying to do this flight for the longest, and I've always had issues. I might try it out. There's a flight in New Zealand. It's kind of like a East Coast to West Coast kind of run. Yes, okay, so it's 3 of y'all. So it's Seth, Allen, and Glenn. I knew it was some of y'all. I couldn't remember exactly who. So I'll do a flight. I might have to do a couple flights over in Australia, because Australia is actually a nice little stretch of island. So I'll hit a couple spots up in Australia. I'll probably do a New Zealand flight this week. And I don't know, maybe I might do another run somewhere over here. We'll see. Yes, the VTEL is rated for off-field landings. Yeah, I did one little flight in Australia a while ago, but that's when I was running my old system. So I think I might want to revisit that. So I'll revisit that this week. So be on the lookout for that one. I don't know when, but you know how I do every night, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be here in the V, ready to rock and spend some time with y'all and hang out in the sim skies and do what we do best. There are some cool short field airstrips that could make for some. Yeah, I'm gonna do some digging around, Ben. Once I shut down and just kind of get my schedule going for this week. So if you're not already linked up in the Discord, go ahead and click on the Discord link and get yourself set up over. And I have a tab set up for the stream schedule, so I'll start loading that up as I get flights set up for the week, and we'll take it from there. So all right, Ben, I'll be looking for that. Not a problem. Yeah, so that's it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you watched this stream and you enjoyed it, hit that heart button. Let me know that you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. I would love to have your support and continue to see you. It's always good to see those numbers come up. Lets me know that people are in tuned and are enthused with what I do over here at Cardboard Sim. Share these videos as well. Let your other simmers know that we're doing big things over here. And we'll catch you on the next one. It's Cardboard Sim signing out.